77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.
I wrote a little song to remind you, Choice Hotels get you more of the experiences you value. The Cambria Hotel's got it all. A rooftop bar, have a ball. Cocktails up here feel just right. Is Cambria amazing? All right. Bring a date, your teen, or even your mom. Book direct at choicehotels.com. See you on the roof.
My next guest was on Chris Cuomo last night. We'll get to that conversation on NewsNation. But he's a diehard Knick fan, my next guest. He's a great basketball guy. He's on this show a lot. He's a brilliant stand-up comic. I've seen him a bunch of times at Caroline's. He's really funny, and he's been a great actor. And I mean a great actor. God, it's got to be 20-something years. He's my dear friend Michael Rapaport. Rob, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Sid, I'm doing good. How you feeling? I feel so bad because I know you got word that I was on Chris Cuomo last night. I already told you, and I'm saying this again publicly, and you can record me, have your crack staff record this, document it,
Okay.
that when I officially announce that the campaign for me to become mayor of New York City 2029 happens, I will be in the studio and I will be bringing us, you and me, and I don't eat it, but I know you do. I don't want to give your secrets. McDonald's. I will get you an Egg McMuffin, okay, and we'll have an early milkshake, and I will announce in person with you and with you only. I felt so bad. You're like, did you announce it? I said, I already told you. When I announced, I'm coming in the studio with my main man. Okay,
I know
with
that.
my main man, period.
I know that, but then Jake Novak is filling in for Noam this morning, and he played a clip.
Jake doesn't know what's going on. You said official. I said, what is Jake talking about? Jake's on at 3:30 in the morning. Jake doesn't know whether he's coming or going at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, that may be true, but he played a clip of you with Chris last night.
I know, but listen, people want it because you know what it is. Cuomo and people were obviously very, very upset, as I was and as you were, and I think. Oh, I didn't call in yesterday because I was listening to you because yesterday was when you had Trump on. But I was listening to some of the people you had on. Actually, you and I were texting. But I was so deeply offended and hurt and angered by what I saw yet again outside that synagogue in Midwood, Brooklyn. And Sid, I don't have to be a brain surgeon or a rocket scientist. Inevitably, what's going to happen, we could see the writing on the wall. Inevitably, what's going to happen in one of these protests, and I don't know who it's going to be, and I don't wish this to happen, but it's just the temperature and the climate and the momentum. Someone's going to get killed at one of these protests outside a synagogue in New York City because it went from what happened at Columbia, harassing Jews. It went from Zionists here, Zionists there, with Mahmoud Khalil, and then it went for these dingbat, girls with their pink hair and the nose rings. And they do have pink hair and nose rings. That's not a stereotype doing it. But when you get men coming up to other men, something is going to happen. And the writing is on the wall. And you know that movie, Do the Right Thing, after the person got killed the next morning? We're all going to be sitting here going,
that's right.
Could it have been avoided?
Yep.
Should it have been avoided?
Yep.
And one thing that hasn't been done, Adams didn't do it. Kathy the hack Hochul, she hasn't done it. It's really her job. You want to protest? Knock yourself out. But at very least, these dogs, these animals, these S-bags, these pigs, they should be forced to not wear masks. And I think that if they're not able to wear masks, there'll be normal protesters. I think there'll be less protesters, and they won't be as bold and brave to do what they've been doing in New York City. We're going on 3 years.
3 years. And I'll tell you where, and the proof is in the pudding.
Someone's going to get killed.
You're right.
Someone's going to get killed.
I
We
think
all
you're
know
right.
this.
Yes, someone is going to get killed. And the proof is in the pudding. Where I can prove you're right, Michael, is they did it in Nassau County. My friend Mazi Phillip and Bruce Blakeman, they took the masks off. And they very rarely, if ever, have any of these because these people are cowards. Some of them, they're not paid. Their mom and dad may see them. They'll get into trouble, their brother or sister. So they hide their faces because they want to be part of this horrible movement. They don't want to be recognized. But you're right. You got to take them off. Now, Dove Hyken was on the show yesterday while you were texting me, former assemblyman out of Borough Park, Brooklyn, for the better part of 40 years. And I love Dove, and he's gone to jail many times protecting Jews in the street with his fists. And he said, and I agree, Michael Rapaport, enough with the stupid, the horns. You're out there with the bullhorn and yelling and screaming how we're the victims. Dove says, listen, the ADL, that's not our grandfather's ADL. The JDL, that's not our grandfather's JDL. We need to start training Jewish people to physically, not bullhorns, nonsense, or Instagram posts, to physically defend themselves in the streets of New York City. Is that too much for you? Or like me, do you agree?
No, I agree. I totally agree. But Sid, it's one thing, to fist fight. It's one thing to duke it out. But I'm telling you, I'm seriously concerned. And I'm not concerned. I just know it because, like I said, someone's going to get killed. Someone is, and if it's not one person, it's going to be like some sort of terrible massacre in our own city, and we're all going to be saying he could have done this, she should have done this. But the one thing that I keep going back to, protest. It's the American way. Do all that. You want to be a scumbag outside of a synagogue, be a scumbag outside of a synagogue. But at least you should not be able to cover your face.
Agreed.
Because you can get away with so much more when you cover your face. You're not Billy the Kid. and you know what, Sid? It's also the thing that I realized about what happened in Brooklyn the other night. If you could make it here, you could make it anywhere. If you could do that in New York City, you could do it anywhere.
Yeah.
Because what I saw the other night in Brooklyn, in harassing Jewish kids in their own neighborhood, grown men sticking flashlights in kids riding their bike in their own neighborhood with yarmulkes on. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's not okay. But like Frank Sinatra said, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. If you could do that crap in New York City, it's all fair game.
It is, until you find a Republican governor like Ron DeSantis who will bash these people. I'm serious. Forget about First Amendment rights. His cops will bash these people across the face. That's why you don't see these types of events in Boca, in Fort Lauderdale, in Miami, just in blue sanctuary cities, blue sanctuary states, these ridiculous semi-Democrats. That's where you see it. Tell me about this. My father's birthday is gone now. God, he's gone almost 6 years. But my dad's birthday is June the 9th, the great Harvey Rosenberg. And something big is going on June the 9th on my dad's birthday. There's a documentary screening at Tribeca Film Festival in New York City. I believe the name of it is Am I Canceled Yet? You know anything about this, Mike?
Yes. And you're the first person I'm speaking about this publicly. We made a beautiful film about my journey, sort of going through what's similar to what you've gone through, and a lot of other people have gone through. Mine has just been a little bit more public, and yours has obviously been public because we're public people. Post October 7th, and it's a beautiful film. It's an inspiring film. It's also even darkly funny, but I'm very, very excited about showing it to people, and it's incredibly personal, and I hopefully inspiring, and it's not just for Jews, it's for everybody. It's a beautiful film, and it's called Am I Canceled? It's a documentary. As you know, I am an award-winning documentary filmmaker. My 30 for 30 about the New York Knicks when the Garden was Eden. We won the Emmy for that. So I've made documentaries, and this is definitely very personal, dramatic, but also very funny because it's told. The narrative part of it is me doing comedy, and then it's walking through the journey of trips to Israel, the stuff that we did, the protests in New York and all of it. It's good, and really fighting fighting against all the anti-Semitism, all the anti-Jewishness, and really essentially fighting for the release of the hostages, which Baruch Hashem we got, although obviously they all didn't come out alive.
Right. You sound like a mayor to me, man. I swear to God. And I know you said last night that you'll run for mayor unless you deem somebody, with Chris Cuomo, better. Maybe not better, but unless you deem somebody good, then you'll consider not running. But I don't think that's the case so far. Curtis is running again. He's been a joke twice.
Is he running again?
Yeah.
Is he running?
Yeah.
Someone's going to support this caca again? Uncle Curtis is going to do it again?
Yeah.
I listen, it's 4 years away. This is the only even idea, the only even thought why I'm considering to run for mayor is because I love this city. I don't know politicians. I've never been to D.C. on a political. I don't know anybody. I haven't known any of these people's phone numbers. I don't want to be governor. I don't want to be president. I want our city to be back. I want people of New York to feel proud. I want people of New York to feel safe. I want people of New York to feel included. And this bozo, Zoran the moron, is not doing that. And then I'm going to tell you something. The only way to beat this guy, Sid, you can't out cute this guy. You can't out politic this guy. You can't out smile this guy. It needs to be treated. My campaign will be treated with a New York City street fight mentality. Okay, it needs to be a dogfight. It needs to be a doodle fling, and it needs to be must-watch TV because he needs to be mocked. He needs to be shamed, and he needs to be called out on his bullcrap. He's talking about all these crises in New York. He's talking about the crime. He's talking about the affordability. Then why are you smiling? Why if it's so bad? What's with the perpetual smile?
It's true.
Where's your dad?
Yeah.
And what has your wife tweeted lately? These are the questions I want to know.
These are good questions.
Where's your dad? That sick professor. Where is he? What's he up to? And what's going on with your wife's social media accounts? That's and why are you smiling? If you're saying things are so bad and people can't afford groceries, why the smile all the time?
Right, and then
show me some tears.
Right, he should be crying. He's a liar too. He was so upset about all the money issues here. The budget was coming up. He's got to raise property taxes. He's got to tax his second home. And all of a sudden yesterday, this is good news. I found a way to close the gap. Only $125 billion.
It out.
Yeah, because Hochul gave him $8 billion. You know, you have to go after this guy, Pal Order, by the way. I don't know if you know who this guy is, AWDA. He's the face behind a lot of these issues in New York. He's a guy that eventually you're going to have to go after when you become mayor of New York. But I will say this. The other night, when the Knicks closed out the 76ers, we got about 60 seconds to go. I was nauseous, Michael Rapaport, watching Mamdani tweet about the Knicks. Give me a break. He couldn't tell you who the hell Rory Sparrow is. Kathy Hochul tweeting about the Knicks. They have no idea about our team. Right, exactly. I know this.
You don't know
if the Knicks win and you're mayor.
Ray Williams.
Right. Michael Ray Williams.
Cartwright.
Yeah, they don't know any of those people, but you do. So when the Knicks win, if you're mayor, that'll be a real celebration.
Oh yeah, I mean this guy can't make a layup with his left hand. A free Kathy Hochul. Listen, we're on Mamdani. Kathy the Hack Hochul. She needs to go. She's the big boss, and she gave him that money so she could get that endorsement. She needs to go.
That is the bottom line. She gave him that money so he will endorse her, which he hasn't done yet. She did it for him right away. He still hasn't done it. Okay, Mike, so on the way out here, you did make a statement on Chris Cuomo's TV show last night, but you are not officially running for mayor, and if you decide to do that, it's going to happen right here with me over an Egg McMuffin, yes?
I'm officially saying that when I make my official announcement, I will officially do it in person with you, Sid, eating some McDonald's early in the morning and giving ourselves stomach palpitations.
I love it.
Period. Don't ever question that again. You're my guy, Sid. You are my guy.
I love you, too. Thank you, Michael. You're an amazing guy.
Too.
I've been a fan of yours. It's like surreal for me. You have to understand. Talking to President Trump yesterday because I love him so much. Talking to you. I loved your movies 20 years ago. And to think now that we're brothers and best friends and I'm so proud of all you've done.
You're my guy.
Thank you. You too. And thank you very much, Michael Rapaport. That doc coming out. This guy has given up a lot of money, a lot of opportunity. Michael Rapaport walking the streets of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, sitting with the hostages' parents, doing all that he's done the last 3 years. He's taken a beating. He has. I'm not sure he'll admit it, but he's lost opportunities, a lot of opportunities, because Hollywood don't like Jews. Hollywood don't like guys who care about good things. And Michael Rapaport said, you know what? My integrity, my heart is more important than my next movie role. So Michael Rapaport is a hero as well. And if he wants to run for mayor and I decide not to, I would endorse him in 5 seconds. Michael Rapaport, great job. I love you.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?